All right, there's already upsets in 2025 as Novak Djokovic goes down to Riley Opelka in Brisbane in Australia as we lead into the Australian Open. It's 2025. Things are happening. The Australian summer is in full swing. So we're going to break down that match. We're going to react down to Opelka beating Djokovic. If it means anything, what do we take away from it? And we're going to look at Mpetshi Perricard and the other big servers, big things happening in Hong Kong and Brisbane and the United Cup. So this is the slice presented by Betway. Thanks for being here. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. How the heck are you? I hope your holidays were great. This is technically the first recording of the slice in 2025, although we've posted some great content already. If you're new here, please smash the subscribe button. We're definitely trying to get to 20,000 this year. We almost did it last year, but not quite. And if you've missed it, we have done some great content already over the holidays. We did an exclusive interview with Felix Auger-Aliassime and Denis Shapovalov. Links to those above. Go watch those videos if you haven't already, especially the Shapovalov one. He told amazing stories. We talked for over an hour. It was awesome. So, yeah, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. It is presented by Betway. That's right. The Betway feed link below is where I give picks and tips for all the matches going on, or the different tournaments that are going on. And I picked Dimitrov to win in Brisbane. He's still in the tournament in the semifinals. So that was a great pick. So yeah, check the link below if you're interested in that. Shout out to Betway and shout out to Tennis TV. The slice is presented also in part by Tennis TV. Yes, the Tennis TV, which is the official streaming service of the ATP Tour and the best way for tennis fans like you and I to watch the sport we love. So Brisbane, Hong Kong, and the United Cup are on Tennis TV, and it's how I look back at matches and review them and analyze them. And if you're a tennis fan, I literally cannot believe being a fan of the sport without having a subscription to Tennis TV. So yeah, check that out. Link below. If you miss a match, the replays and highlights are up quickly, so you can skip through the match easily. And yeah, give it a try. It's a no-brainer expense, in my opinion. All right. What happened? Djokovic trying to get warm up in before the Australian Open, and he's done that. He's already played 2 doubles matches to my count and 3 singles matches. And yeah, he goes down to Opelka today or yesterday or this morning. I don't even know when with the schedules going on. In 2 sets in a pretty classic format, though, if you're playing a big serving serve bot like Opelka. If you're going to go down and you're not playing terribly, it's going to probably look like the Djokovic match. So we'll get into the stats there and talk about it. But big picture, what does this mean? Does this match mean anything? And if I'm a Djokovic fan, I wouldn't put really any weight on this match. It's early season. It's his first singles tournament of the year after a break. There's always rust. And Opelka, again, is a bit of a juggernaut because he's been top 20 before. He's won a Masters 1000 event. He's ranked 200 something in the world right now, but that's clearly not his rank. He is a top player, and he's feeling healthy again after hip surgery and wrist surgery, taking him out for a long time. And if you watch the match, he played great. He played super attacking tennis, I believe, over 30 winners, 16 aces, and he played smart. When he knows that playing the angles from the baseline against Djokovic is just a recipe for disaster for him. So you saw him serving big, obviously handling his serve, only faced 1 break point, and he saved it. But when there was rallies, he would go strong through the middle of the court to not give Djokovic angles to play with. You did see in rallies some of the highlights that you've probably seen around social media. If Opelka was to leave a ball short or put too much angle on it, Djokovic would then hop on that, open up the court, and move Opelka side to side, and that would usually go the way of Djokovic. But when the points were short, Opelka's super efficient in his serve. Obviously, he loves getting to the net. He's super comfortable up there, so he's a dangerous player. So I think Novak had some looks in the first set, didn't capitalize, went to a tiebreaker, super close tiebreaker. Opelka did well to win that tiebreaker. And you're like, okay, well, if I'm playing a big server, we're going to play some tiebreakers. So they go to the second set. And I think early on, maybe in the second game, Djokovic had his break point, wasn't able to convert because, again, the Opelka serve. and then Opelka broke in the next game, I believe, early in the second set. And that's kind of all she writes in these matches against the big servers, because once they get up a break, it's just so hard to get that back. Djokovic wasn't able to do it. And then you go 2 sets, 7-6, 6-3. Really not that bad of a loss for Djokovic, if you ask me, because of what I said. Super hard to beat these guys. And if you drop your serve, or even if you don't, you can lose. You can just lose in 2 tie breaks, because it's virtually impossible to break the guy, even if you're the greatest returner of all time, like Novak is. So, yeah, reaction to the match, not super worrying if I'm a Djokovic fan. He got some matches in before Australia. Obviously, you'd like to see him, win this tournament. But if you're looking for a warm-up for the Australian Open, I think job done for Djokovic. And if you're an Opelka fan, if you're a Riley Opelka fan, it's like, that's a great sign for him to come back, play like a beast, great handshake at the net between them. I think we're going to see Opelka shooting back up the rankings this year, back into the top 50, if he stays healthy, for sure. So that's Brisbane. So we can look at, we can quickly go through some of the stats of Djokovic and Opelka. Serve rating 380-48 for Opelka, which is insane. It still shows it like just above what does that go to? Does that go to like 600? Because I can't imagine what that would be as a serving performance. Is that just all aces for the entire match? 16 aces, 1 double fault, 77% first serve in, which is super high, and won 78% of those. So Djokovic didn't play bad. He also, 72% of his first serve points won, but Opelka played a great match, only faced 1 break point and saved it. So if we go back to the draw here, we've got an insane matchup in Brisbane. Look at this. We've got Opelka versus Mpetshi Perricard, who beat Nick Kyrgios earlier in the tournament, and who just beat Mensik, who gave him a cold handshake. But Opelka and Mpetshi Perricard, if you're a big serving fan, that's the match you want to watch. If you like rallies, maybe don't watch that match. It's going to be absolutely nuts. But I'm going to be watching, because that's a spectacle to see these two guys serve it out. I wonder if on Betway you could bet the over-under on how many aces they're going to be. If I had to guess, it would be like 40 or 50 plus combined between them for the match. Easy, probably. It'll be really interesting to see how many that goes to. Yuri Lehech gets through Nicholas Jerry, and Dimitrov gets through Thompson 6-1, 2-1, and Thompson pulls out. So semifinals are set in Brisbane. Lehechka, Dimitrov, Opelka, and Mpetshi Perricard. And if we go to the United Cup, we've got the semifinal set there. We've got USA versus Czechia, and we've got Kazakhstan versus Poland. That's a great group on the bottom. Kazakhstan takes out Germany. Poland beats Great Britain 3-0. Czechia beats Italy. That's a big win for them. And USA slides out 3-0 versus China. So that's the United Cup. Let's go to Hong Kong, where we've had, it looks like, upset city. We got Jerry Shang beats Marozsan, who Rublev lost to Marozsan. Not a great start to his year. Jerry Shang comes through. Now he's in the semifinals to play Kei Nishikori, the wild card, who beat Cam Norrie. Before that, he beat Karen Khachanov, my pick to win. And before that, he beat friend of the show, Denis Shapovalov. So he's had a great tournament. Nishikori, his ranking is going to shoot up after this. And it looks like we're going to be seeing more Kei Nishikori. So that's awesome, because he's one of the legends of the tour. And I'm forgetting the friend of one of the friends of the show in Australia. You know who you are if you're watching. He's a huge Nishikori fan. And I'm sorry, I'm forgetting your name right now. You know who you are. Nishikori's back in the game. Alexandra Mueller, my bad, takes out Artur Fils. The battle of the Frenchmen. He beats him in 3 sets, and then Jaime Munar takes out Lorenzo New Haircut Musetti in 3 sets as well. So 4 quarterfinals, 4 3-set matches in Hong Kong. That's a wild tournament. More upsets there. We've got Shang versus Nishikori, Mueller versus Munar. I think Nishikori's going for the win. You got to look at that. Like, he's the most experienced player by far left in the draw there. And wouldn't that be awesome to see him win another tournament on the ATP Tour? So, yeah, that's the slice on the ATP Tour in the first week of the 2025 season. What are your thoughts? What were your thoughts on Kyrgios Djokovic doubles? That was fun. 2 matches for them. Kyrgios loses in the first round to Mpetshi Perricard, but yeah, you can't really blame him. Mpetshi Perricard's in the semifinals, and he's an absolute monster. Absolutely crazy. Biggest serve I think we've ever seen on the ATP Tour. And he'll be going against Riley Opelka tomorrow in an just insane match of the serve bots. Both of those guys love coming forward, though, and at playing at the net. So it's not total serve bots, not the most boring tennis. Like, I'd way rather watch that than Isner versus Karlovic, for example. No shade to those guys, but still. Yeah, heading into the Australian Open. Where are things at? We haven't seen Sinner. We haven't seen Alcaraz. So the draws aren't out next week. I believe there's a tournament in Auckland and Adelaide for the ATP, and the same, I believe, for the WTA. And then next week, we're going to have the draw out for the Australian Open. Yes, people, it's that time of the year already. Pretty crazy. So anyways, shout out to Betway. Link below for the Betway feed. Shout out to Tennis TV. Link below to try Tennis TV. Don't play around this year. Do the thing. Get the Tennis TV subscription. You will thank yourself big time for it. Anyways, thanks for being here. Thanks for subscribing to The Slice, and we look forward to having a great season together, 2025, serving you with the best tennis content coming from Canada on the internet. We will see you next time here on the show.